What's going on, guys? Fun with Knives back again. Have a fixed blade review for you today. This is the Esee Izula 2, one of my absolute favorite fixed blades. If you guys have seen any of my other videos where this knife has made an appearance, I really rave about it because it is that good. So I'm going to give you guys the specs on it, tell you what this knife has been good at for me, and why I think it's a good purchase for you if you're looking into a smaller fixed blade, where we have a blade length of 2.875 inches and then a cutting edge of 2.625 inches. Overall length is 6 3/4 inches, and then your weight's going to be at 3.3 ounces. So a small fixed blade, but I think a medium-sized knife overall. Your handle thickness is at 0.57, so a nice thick handle to grab onto with a blade thickness of 0.16. So really good stock where this thing is coming from. So guys, I've EDC'd this knife a lot. It took me a while to buy this knife because I thought Izula and Izula 2s from Esee Knives were overpriced for what you got, and I was definitely wrong. This thing has been so good to me. I really trust this knife when I carry it, out in the woods, or even if I EDC it. So this blade here, really nice drop point. Couldn't get any simpler than that. You have a nice full flat ground blade coming from that 0.16 stock. The whole thing is black powder coated, full tang construction. It's made out of 1095 steel, which is an excellent steel for some outdoor hard to use stuff because it's very tough and wear resistant. It's not going to chip or roll the edge as easy as some of your harder steels, but it's definitely prone to corrosion. And fun story, I really take good care of my fixed blades in general. But I took this on a hiking trip and left it in my backpack for a week and a half, and somehow some sort of oil or liquid got into the sheath, and I had rust all along the edge here. And it wasn't too bad. It was easy to buff out, and I got the edge nice and sharp again. But you really got to be careful with this steel, guys. It performs wonders when you're using it, but you got to keep this thing dry and away from some prolonged exposure to the elements, really. So I like the black powder coating. I know it comes in some different colors. It's a little bit grabby. It's not the smoothest thing in the world, but I don't think this is going to be your kitchen prep knife, necessarily. So you have Esee Knives USA written on this thing, Izula 2, and then your ant logo on both sides because Izula means ant. So why did I go with the Izula 2? Main reason, it comes standard with these micarta handle scales, and then the length of the handle is just a little bit longer. I think we're talking only like a ½ an inch, but it makes a world of difference in your hand. I've held a normal Izula, and this Izula 2 is definitely a better knife, I think. So they couldn't have chose anything better for the blade shape, blade steel. The coating's adequately strong, as you can see. I mean, it's chipping off barely at the tip, but an adequately strong coating. Really good design on the blade. I mean, in that full flat ground, just makes this thing good at a variety of tasks, whether it be outdoors, EDC setting, maybe even your self-defense, because this is a full tang fixed blade if you needed that. And the stock is thick enough that if you really needed to do some small batoning or something like that, this knife could take it. So you have some good jimping on top, not too sharp, but not too, it's grabby enough on your thumb, but it's not gonna really dig into your skin. So I think it's in a good spot too. It's not way back here as you see on a lot of knives. Your handle length is just enough to get a solid grip on it, and the Izula doesn't have that. And these micarta scales really add some thickness there. Where I had these off at one point, it's really simple to take these off. Just some Torx bit screws on either side, and then this is skeletonized. So I did wrap this in paracord once upon a time, and I put these back on because it fits your hand a lot better. There's more to hold on to, and micarta is that kind of that woven material where if it gets wet, it gets a little bit sticky. So there's no way you're going to be dropping this knife, if you have these micarta scales on. You got a large finger guard here, really, superb ergonomics here, and a secure hold on the knife. This thing does come with a sheath. I'll show you guys that here. Kind of a molded polymer Kydex looking sheath, nice and thin. This is not the belt loop that came with that, but the tension in the sheath is good. You can hear that pop in. There's no rattle whatsoever. Easy to take out, easy to put back in. I really love the sheath. They couldn't have done anything better with it, just like the blade shape. And then you have your large lanyard hole here if you do want to carry this on a neck knife rather than your belt. So The belt clip that came with this knife is the one on my CRKT Pangolin. Luckily enough that these were interchangeable, kind of had the same size thing going on, where it's just kind of a normal belt loop. I don't think it fit the knife as well as this kind of tech lock looking thing here from the Pangolin. I think this fits a little bit better. You can fit a wider belt in there, and it holds the knife in a little bit more securely. So keep in mind, if you guys do have both of those knives or just want to switch one out, those are available at a variety of places. So sheath, no problems with it whatsoever. Ergonomics are good. Blade shape is good. Blade steel. So there's really nothing wrong with this knife whatsoever, other than it is boring. And I think it's meant to be boring, guys. Boring in knife terms means reliable. This knife is not flashy in any sense. It doesn't have any cool colors. It doesn't have cool grind lines. Nothing about it is supposed to catch your eye. This is just supposed to get some work done, and it does that really well. It's been a breeze in any task I put this thing through, and I've EDC'd it quite a bit. This really got me into carrying fixed blades every day. Obviously, I don't do it every day, but you know, if I do, I always grab the Izula or the CRKT Pangolin. So guys, I definitely recommend this knife. I think it'll be a great addition to your collection if you don't already have one. And these do come in a couple different colors in their coatings. I don't know if I mentioned that. So guys, thanks for watching. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll have more videos coming your way soon. Thanks.